Are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck is that? Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I found the true culprit. And he has an accomplice too. Music in video games. It is a very, very passionate subject to me because I upload remixes of music from video games. Listen to them. Like now. Go. I will 100% without a doubt argue that music in video games is more important than music in any other medium, even movies. I could show you this clip right here from the Mario movie, right? It's Mario and Peach, and they're kind of going through the go-kart in the Donkey Kong world, and in the background, if you know the movie, they play Take On Me, and it works fine, but the cut content is they arrange their own Donkey Kong kind of remix to go with this scene. And of course, if you know it, you're like, oh, that's so much better. Why didn't they use it? Because it ultimately doesn't matter at the end of the day. It matters in video games. I want you to take a look at this right there. That is the volume adjuster for the Nintendo 2DS. This is like, I would say, the appropriate volume height, right? It's not blaring, but if you play this system with the fucking sound off, masochist. You are literally ruining the experience of, I kid you not, any game you play. Maybe not any game you play. But was the music that integral to my experience? No. But which defeats the purpose of the video. But there are times where it really is, and I mean like really is. Let's get into it. Right now, right here, in the flesh. You know what makes this fight here bearable? That's right. The music. Longtime fans of this channel, so all three of you know, I'm not the biggest fan of her song. Like, I think it's good, but it's not as great as people make it out to be. Therefore, I fucking hate this fight. However, I can understand the severity of this is the champion battle, so obviously, you gotta have a banger fucking theme. What's funny is, when a lot of people hear their first thought isn't this. Your first thought wasn't that. No, it was this. Because the atmosphere matters. Now, if you played this fight for the very first time and the theme that played was, we'll just say like the Kanto battle theme, you'd be like, oh, it's nostalgic, but it doesn't hold the impact as the champion theme. You know, this right here is the final boss. If the music doesn't give you any sort of feeling, then either you wrote your story and characters absolutely horrendous, or the music sucks. I would say part of the reason why the Ace Attorney series is so popular is just because of the songs. You could take any sort of event and play Pursuit Cornered and people would think it's epic. Objection! The one who shit their pants wasn't you, but rather me! You really want to do something depressing? Play a Sonic the Hedgehog game with no music. Like, I'm telling you, it feels slower. I don't know why. Now let's shift focus from good and bad songs to good songs and a slightly different take on good choices. Breath of the Wild soundtrack is beautiful. However, there are severely less songs that I'm going to look up on YouTube to listen to than in past games. Like, if you look up Hyrule Field, whether it's Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess, you're like, damn, that's good. Breath of the Wild doesn't really have its own Hyrule Field. It sort of just has like melancholy tone and atmosphere. So it's still good music and it's a great choice to have for that game, but which are you gonna prefer? Are you gonna prefer one that's more catchy, something that you can make a remix of and be like, oh, I recognize that, or something more somber that puts you to sleep or, you know, lulls you into an adventure? If you really want to dissect two of like same thing but different music, gives it a completely different style, Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country Returns. Donkey Kong Country is very quiet with his soundtrack. Returns is a lot louder. Things have more impact. There's more drums, bass, beat. And so you can play country at night and like feel that sort of vibe. You can play Returns at any time and just really get into it. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I think there are some tracks like Forest Interlope is done masterfully in DK2, but I kind of like the factory theme in Donkey Kong Country Returns a little more. But hold the phone. Everything I said doesn't fucking matter. Right now we're talking top 5 soundtracks. Top 5, baby. 5. Number 5, Banjo-Kazooie. Goodness, this man. Mwah, is perfect. I kid you not, every single track in Banjo-Kazooie is great. Like, every single one. Sure, you might find better songs here and there from other games, but the consistency where you enter one world and it sounds different, but has the same sort of backing and undertone that's found in the entire game. Rusty Bucket Bay. Number 4, we gotta pick a Zelda game. It's Ocarina. Ocarina just has the best soundtrack, 100%. Kokiri, Lost Woods, Goron City, Sora's Domain, Zelda's Lullaby, Hyrule Field, I talked about that earlier, remember? Number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Every single world in this game has not only one great track, but 2, because the night variants just make it come alive in a completely other way. Now yes, the visuals and locations certainly help the music stand out, get rid of all of that, and it still works out well. Here's an honorable mention real quick. On the subject of Xenoblade X's soundtrack, whew, that is something you would not expect out of a Xenoblade game, but good God is it good. Number 2, the Mystery Dungeon series. I'm not even gonna say one game, the whole series. From Red Rescue Team to Super Mystery Dungeon. I love things that are catchy, and I also love things that are adventurous. And they're both. Fire Island Volcano, Mount Blaze, Mount Thunder, Craggy Coast. Defy the fucking legends. Oh. But my number 1, and this is a new number 1, because before I would have told you Mystery Dungeon. But honest to God, Kingdom Hearts has some good ass music. I've never really been a fan of like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest music. To me, it sounds a little too like old-timey adventure, but Kingdom Hearts has a perfect blend of that kind of Disney old school like whimsical and also adventurous and good. It's good, that's the word. Good. Now viewers, did I make this video so you could comment below what your favorite songs are? Yep. I like listening to music, so give me some songs you like. I also like remixing music, so give me songs you want remixed. And if you don't like my remixes, then guess what? Oh, it's for you.